Is throughout your new record, is there a political threat through there, you think?
I don't think it's an intentional political thread, but I think have touched on some of those themes, you know, especially with the border issues. And earlier on, we were very frustrated through the Bush years, and especially with the voting process, and there was a lot of disappointment there. And I mean, it's frustrating all the time, really. I mean, even through this administration, seeing how frustrating it is for the president not able to get his ideas or policies through the House because of the Republicans. And the division is just ridiculous because it's not helping anybody. I think it would be great if he won and got to have another 4 years to try to get some of those ideas through, you know, especially the immigration ideas that he has and some of the environmental ones. And I think he did a great job dealing with 2 wars that he didn't, you know, he didn't have to start or didn't believe in the first place, but he had to deal with those.
Because maybe it's a coincidence, but maybe not. I have to ask that the release date of the record is 9/11, if I'm correct. Is that
September 10th here? Yeah.
Yeah, September. But in the States it's 11 or 10th?
It is, yeah.
Is that on purpose?
No, it just happens to be the release date for early September. And some people have asked us, hey, is there any significance, and why would you choose that date? You know, at some point you have to do things on that day. And
that's true.
Of course, it's really sad that what happened on 9/11 in 2011 or 2001 is really sad.
That's no further connection between the release, of course.
There really isn't, and there's not really any obvious, political threads on the record. We're sponges. We soak up everything. We're listening to the news constantly, especially the national public radio in the States.
What are the kind of, not necessarily political, but what are the kind of stories that maybe that you see or suck up through whatever media that make it true to your music? Is there maybe a certain topic that you feel inspired by?
Well, immigration for sure is a big one, you know, not just in our own backyard between the border of the United States and Mexico, but worldwide. It's a big one. We've seen it and experienced it ourselves here in Europe. There's been times when we were in Patras, Greece, we saw people, you know, making their way through the fence at the port, or you know, we met up with our tour bus with all of our equipment in the trailer. We were meeting in England, and it was coming from Germany, and it had to stop through Calais, and it made a fuel stop right before getting to Calais. And when the driver got back to the vehicle, he saw that the back lock of the trailer had been broken. So he was a bit concerned, and instead of just opening it, he drove right to the authorities, told them they found some immigrants in there that were hiding out, and then they wanted to take the bus driver in or charge him. He says, well, wait a minute, I had nothing to do with this. So it affects all of us, all over the globe.
How does it feel that you are able to pass safely through and some other people have to stay behind? Is that weird to have that experience?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's just weird. You wonder, well, is it because we're white or whatever? You know, we have some kind of special privilege, but and it's true. I guess we do. It's interesting you bring that up because there was a law in Arizona that was passed that allowed for police officers to pull people over and check their papers, you know, by the way they looked, if they happened to be suspicious. And I think that's really wrong, you know. I mean, either one of us could be illegal, right?